Do you really know just how heavy 24 hours of metal music really is? About the weight of your mobile phone. Download our free andrewhogue.com iPhone and Android apps now. That way, you'll never be far away from us. This is andrewhogue.com, Australia's first and only dedicated 24/7 rock metal radio station. As you know, Soundwave is fast approaching 2015 and one of the bands on the bill that a lot of people are excited to see. And if anything, it's probably going to be a total privilege for us Australians because we will probably be the first bunch of folks in the world to actually see this band make their live debut. We're talking about Kill or Be Killed. And it does feature the main man, my longtime buddy, Mr. Max Cavalera, on the line with us right now to talk about the up-and-coming shows and everything else that's happening in his crazy world, as he is a non-stop riff machine. Welcome to andrewhogue.com, Max Cavalera.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing really well, and I know it's been a massive year for you, of course, putting out the recent Cavalera Conspiracy and early in the year, Kill or Be Killed, which has had great praise, and now the fact that the band is going to be a live band and playing at Soundwave 2015. I've heard that the band's yet to do any live shows or even rehearse yet. So what are you expecting from the rest of your other band members to pull this off?
Well, finally we got everybody together to agree to do this, first of all, which was a miracle. You know, everybody's in a band on tour somewhere, and we had got the offer for Soundwave, and it was going back and forth, and finally got officially, confirmed. So I'm ecstatic. I'm so excited, especially because I really like the record. I think the record came out extremely good. I think it came out better than people thought, and surprised a lot of people's expectations. And to actually play a lot of the stuff live, because a lot of the songs I think is very powerful, man. You got stuff like Face Down, IED. Snakes on Jehovah, very, very great, powerful stuff that, it's circle pit material, mosh pit material that the crowd gonna go crazy for it. So, and I'm so glad that Australia will be the first place that we get to play, at the Soundwave Festival. What a great way to kick off the tour. I mean, I'm not sure how big of a tour we're gonna do. I think we're only doing we're doing Australia and maybe one U.S. tour, one European tour, and that'll be it until we do a second record in the future. But to start in Australia like that is just massive. I'm very, very happy.
And what's great about the band is that each member has its own, influence in its own right, as well as its own following too. There's a lot of people that love Dillinger, lots of fans of Mastodon, lots of fans of yourselves. And the fact that you're all sort of coming together under the one sort of stage, so to speak. Have you guys talked about how the live show will go about when it comes to, getting out? Have you sat there and discussed how, which certain songs to play or the whole sort of vibe of what the live thing will feel like, or it's just going to be jump in and see what happens?
Well, we have to talk about all that stuff, but my suggestion, what I would like to see would be play the whole record first, beginning to the end, yep, nonstop, the same sequence of the album. And then play some cover songs that everybody loves, Bad Brains, Minor Threat or whatever, Ace of Spades, And then I would love to do a jam with the Soulfly, the Linger Escape Plan, Mastodon song all roll into one. That to me would have been the coolest thing to end the show with this jam song with all of our own bands. That the crowd would just go crazy for it, So that'll be my suggestion. I gotta see, there's more heads thinking in this project, so I gotta hear what Greg has to say, what Troy has to say. Unfortunately, we Dave's not coming. I don't know if you heard this, but we are doing it with the drummer of Converge. He's gonna be at Soundwave with a different band. Believe it or not, it's crazy. I don't even know the name. He's got some other project with some other guys, and
so he can't make it. He can't make over to one stage to play a 40-minute set with his buddies. I mean, priorities.
Yeah, so it's cool. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's like I think most people really, really glad to see me Troy and Greg, it's the people that they really want to see is the singers and singing the stuff. And, so I think we're just going to, go with that, and hopefully it will be really cool and excited. And, I'm all for it, try to do the best set possible, the coolest live show that we could do. And for me, it's very exciting because it's a new band, and I have not played my whole life like Soulfly. I know this. I've been playing those songs forever. Cavalera the same, but Killer BQ, it's all brand new. We never played this stuff ever.
You've been sort of running your own ship since '97, and now the fact that you're in a band with other people and you kind of got to discuss things, is that different for you to sort of have to, I guess, be in some sort of democracy where, you got to sit down and discuss with everybody? Because like I mentioned, you've always sort of been in charge of where you're taking your musical sort of direction. But with other people, how's it working for you?
It's good. I kind of enjoy that. It's one of the things I like most about the Killer BQ record is actually I got to sit on the back seat, actually. I didn't have to sing so much. They have all the vocal parts, and Troy and Greg end up doing those, and I contribute my part, my share of it. I gave a couple choruses for like Face Down and IED, and I thought of Forbidden Fire. Was the entire concept, was my concept for that song, and I played guitar on the whole record, rhythm guitar, because Greg didn't want to record guitar, so I ended up recording all the rhythm guitars on the whole album. But it's cool to have other people. You get to hear what other people's thinking. And it was like that on this whole record. And so every song, we were dividing vocals, and people were choosing what they want to sing. And then one song, Troy goes, I like this part, can I sing on this part? And we're all like, sure, have at it. And then it'll be a part where I think I will say something like, this fast part is it's so much not like Mastodon. That would be so cool if Troy sings that part, because it's just so different from everything that Mastodon does. So we end up doing that. And so it was kind of a cool democracy, kind of like that. It really worked out good for the record, and I think it's going to be great live. I can't wait to play the stuff live, because I think a lot of the songs have extremely good potential to be great live songs.
Well, let's quickly move on to the newest release from you, as well as being the latest Cavalera Conspiracy album number 3, Pandemonium, of course, with your brother Igor. Now, how was that to sort of get back together with your brother? And I know that you've pretty much got different lives these days, and he's living in London, you're still in Arizona. But I mean, getting back together and playing with him, is that enough time for you guys to sort of regroup, and then you're happy to go off on your own sort of paths, or you actually sort of miss performing with him, because you don't always do a lot of stuff together these days?
Yeah, we don't do a whole lot, but we do our share, and I had a great time making the record with Igor, especially I pushed him a lot on this record. I wanted the record to be fast, so I wanted the Igor from the Arise era to show up, I didn't want the and disco and all that shit. I didn't want that Igor. I wanted the Arise Igor, So I told him, the Arise Igor better show up for this record. And he did, man. I think the record is great. I love the power of the album, and it was heavily influenced by, when I was writing, I was listening to a lot of grindcore, a lot of Pig Destroyer and Lock Up and All Pigs Must Die, Noise and Full of Hell, and Converge, of course. Nate did the bass for the album and did a great job and sings on the Crucible. And I'm really proud of Pandemonium, because I think it's really do-it-yourself kind of record. We just did what we wanted. We went to a garage in a friend's house here in Phoenix, recorded in a guy's house, not a big studio. I produce it, not a big producer. Everything more underground. We're in control of our own destiny. You take care of your destiny, and you don't put it in somebody else's hands. You do it yourself and keep it in your hands. That's how Pandemonium was done, and I'm extremely proud of that.
Well, that's what's happening today with the sort of change in the music business, that bands are now got more control and more of an opportunity to actually run their own business and become a little bit more savvy on how they want to control their destiny. Now, just want to back up just a bit, as you mentioned, wanting the Arise Igor to sort of turn up to the recording. Now, speaking of Arise, and I know this has been brought up so many times over the years, and you and I go way back as well. But your brother recently did say that he really hopes that there may be a classic, reunion lineup one day for Sepultura. And I know this has been said so many times that it has become quite sort of frustrating and boring at the same time. But are you aware that he's sort of been saying this sort of stuff lately in the press?
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised because I thought the topic kind of died out. I actually lost all kind of hope for it. Like honestly, today I don't see it happening just because of how our lives are and how those guys' lives are. It's really a different world. We live in completely different worlds from those guys, and I think it's not the same. It won't be the same. The magic is gone, and I don't think a reunion would be the best thing for Sepultura. I honestly don't think it would. I kind of prefer to stay like this and leave it the memory how it was. It was a great band, did great stuff. I'm proud of the records, and you can go to YouTube and check out all the old videos and how great it was. And we kind of leave it like that, and then do other stuff like Killer BQ and Cavalera Conspiracy and Soulfly, all the stuff that we are, plenty busy with, So I was actually surprised with that comment of Igor, because I don't really see it happening myself, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess the key is just to stay present, but also move forward. Well, thanks so much for your time, Max. It's always a pleasure to chat, and we'll get you to choose a song from the latest Killer Be Killed. Of course, we can't wait to see the band take to the stages for the very first time ever in the band's history at Soundwave 2015.
Killer Be Killed, I'll choose Face Down, my favorite song on Killer Be Killed.
All right, let's check them out right now here on andrewhogue.com. Thanks, Max.
All right, brother. Nice talking to you, man.